Have you ever noticed how your silence can shake people more than your words ever could? In a world that's always talking, where everyone's quick to voice opinions, defend, argue, and shout over one another, there's a rare power in staying silent. Silence unsettles, it confuses, and it gives you control. So what if I told you that your silence is their weakness? There's a strength in silence that many underestimate. When people expect you to react, to fight back, to engage, your silence speaks louder than any response. Silence isn't surrender, it's control. It's the power to rise above drama, to avoid stooping to their level. In relationships, in conflicts, and in criticism, silence shows that you're unfazed, that their words don't define your worth. Emotionally, choosing silence is hard. We feel the urge to defend ourselves, to be heard. But logically, when we stay silent, we reveal a deep, unshakable confidence. Those who criticize, who insult, or who try to tear you down thrive on your reaction. Without it, they're left powerless. Your silence exposes their need for validation, their craving for attention, their weakness. Think of a lion in the wild. When faced with a smaller animal, the lion rarely chases it, even if it's barking, growling, or provoking it. Why? Because the lion knows its own power and doesn't waste energy on things beneath its attention. Imagine if you approached life like that lion. When others throw their insecurities, fears, and frustrations your way, instead of biting back, you simply stay silent, holding your ground with dignity. Another example is in the life of Mahatma Gandhi, a man who led through silence as much as through words. He knew that by choosing not to react violently, his silence was stronger than any weapon. It confused and weakened his opponents, who expected anger and retaliation. Instead, they met with an unbreakable silence that showed strength without aggression. Gandhi's silence was his power, and it became his opponent's greatest weakness. So how do you practice powerful silence in your own life? First, recognize when silence is more powerful than words. If someone criticizes or mocks you, don't rush to defend yourself. Hold back and let them feel the emptiness of their words. This quiet strength often speaks volumes about your confidence. Second, learn to breathe and reflect before you react. When emotions run high, give yourself a moment to decide if words are worth it. Not every battle needs to be fought. And finally, don't underestimate the power of listening. By being silent and observant, you gain insights, control over the situation, and a deeper understanding of others. Use this to your advantage, as silence will always give you the upper hand. Remember, silence doesn't mean weakness. Silence is calculated, intentional, and powerful. In a world that shouts, staying silent makes you stand out. It reveals a strength that others can't quite understand, and that's precisely why it leaves them unsettled. Next time you're faced with conflict or criticism, let your silence be your armor, your statement. Let it be the weakness that brings them down. If you believe in the power of silence and the strength it brings, then subscribe to this channel and like this video. Join us in embracing the kind of power that doesn't need to shout to be heard.